What I want to show you next is how to use the reverse stitch mechanism. When I first started teaching, or when I first started sewing when I was in the 7th grade, I remember stitching a piece of cloth. It was a sample of some kind where I was stitching 2 layers together, and I went up to my teacher and I showed her the sample, and she pulled it apart and it just completely came apart. If you don't reverse stitch, and she actually asked me if I had reverse stitched or if I back stitched my thread, and I said no, and she said, oh, you have to back stitch your thread or else the thread doesn't stay secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch a layer without back stitching and show you the difference in the way that the machine pulls. Okay, so I'm just going to do one seam and not back stitch, and then I'm going to do the next seam, and I will just line that up. I'm not really following any seam allowance. Okay, this time I'm going to push this button right here, and it's going to, see how it kind of sews backwards? What that does is it secures the stitch so that the stitch won't come out when you're finished sewing everything together, and you don't want the stitch to come out, then all your hard work comes out. So then when I get to the end, I push the reverse stitch, that's this button right here, again, and it goes backwards a couple of stitches, and then it goes forward again when you let go, and then I take it and cut it. Now if I take and I pull these apart, you can see how this one starts to come out and this one stays together. Okay,